another video. Back with a new system. Yes, Switch 2 is here. And for those of you watching, and you're like, who the hell is that? It's your boy, Leonard. You might know me on social media doing this for you for the first and I don't know how many times. Haven't done this in a while, but hey, it's midnight. If you're up watching this live, or maybe you're watching it later, this is the Switch 2. I am doing the transfer process for the system. It says update complete. I am going to start system transfer. So I don't know how long this might take. I'm going to sign into my account. I may have to blur the screen real quick, but maybe I can just use my phone here and do what I need to do. But it already has my data. I have my Switch 1. So hopefully I can just real quick do all of this without any interruptions, but you never know. I'm excited. I know it doesn't sound like I'm excited. I just, I can't believe it's real. It's really happening. It's finally over. I mean, 5 years, 7 years, 5 years of waiting, 7 years of this console, going on 8. And not only that, but it just reminds me of how limited we are in time. If I'm fortunate, maybe I can be around for another 3 consoles, assuming they start this whole 7-year trend. I do like this music here, moving off of the morbid sounds and stuff that I'm giving. Okay, here we go. It's got my confirmation number. So I'm going to blur this out real quick. Let's stand by. All right, we're back. So I'm signed in. I probably didn't need to blur that out, but I wanted to do it just in case. This is all new for me. Move the system and the source. Okay, so it's got the whole iPhone technology going on here. Okay, I think I've already done this. Open the home menu and then select all that. Yeah, I've done all that. So let's hit next. Connect the AC adapter before starting the system transfer process. Lame. I don't want to have to do that. But it's requiring me to do that. So I'll have to hang tight once again. Alright, fortunately that wasn't terrible of a process. It just wanted me to connect stuff over. And I went ahead and did that. So now what we're going to do, and I'm not used to this new Joy-Con grip yet. We're going to start the download. I'm not sure how long this is going to take. Hopefully it can do what it's doing in the background. And I can jump straight into Mario Kart. That's what I'm hoping for. No promises though, but I wanted you to all see this with me, experience the whole transfer process, how this system looks and everything. I did an unboxing. It's also on my YouTube channel. It's also on Facebook if you're watching me on Facebook. I should have put this live on Twitter. I didn't, or not Twitter, but Twitch, but I didn't this time. But we will play some games on Twitch pretty much as often as I can coming soon. So this is 17 minutes here. Yeesh. I may have to end it and come back. I knew it was going to take a while, but I didn't think it was going to take this long. It does use Wi-Fi 6, not Wi-Fi 7 that's out now for some of these newer routers and technology. But Wi-Fi 6 is the standard here, whereas I think it was Wi-Fi 5 back on the original Switch. So it's doing what it's doing in the background. You can still play the Nintendo Switch games you purchased. So it's moving key data over, but that's probably just the save data for the profiles. The games themselves will still be where they're going to be. This is moving kind of fast. I don't know how much I can say in 10 minutes, but it is moving a lot quicker than I thought it would. And it probably can't move all of my games over. It could probably only move so many of them before it requires me to re-download everything. That's probably what it's going to ask me to do, is like reload certain stuff. There is some kind of day one patch as well, so it's going to require me to do all of that, and I'm not particularly sure I want to do that, but I may have to. On camera, that is, too. So let's give it a minute. There's stuff I wanted to do here, but didn't think to do. Spent a lot of money on this. I didn't think I was going to spend that much. I bought a lot of this stuff in advance. Some of you are like, hey, what all did you get? If you didn't see the unboxing, I didn't show the camera, but I do have the camera, not the Nintendo camera, my own camera that I got it for $20 on Amazon. I got a carrying case for $20 on Amazon, so that's $40 right there. I did get an SD card, and I spent $55 on that. So that's about $100 for those 3 items there. I'm not using the SD card that I got, though. I found another one from Walmart for $65 that was $512. So instead of using the $256, I'm using the $512 in there now. And hopefully I can move most of my content on there. I may not be able to, but hey, the system storage is a lot bigger here. So whereas before I had 32 gigs plus a terabyte, now I've got 320 gigs plus 512. So yeah, I could fit roughly 80, I would say 80%, 75, 80% of my games and stuff if I were to fill it all out on this new one. Now, I'm not going to do that. I'm thinking I'm going to leave some Switch 1 games on the Switch 1 and only certain titles that I really, really want to replay or I haven't played them. Those would be the ones that I'm going to invest in and keep those on the system. So while we're here, we got 6 minutes left here. We've got some more views going on. I should have had more I didn't do what I needed to do. I should have been streaming it on Twitch, but it's all good. We'll move this back on Twitch in a second. There's a little lag on the system here. The system will restart during this process. Okay, so 5 minutes there. I should have been doing this on Twitch instead of Facebook, but I never do Facebook Live. I wanted to show this on Facebook Live for that reason. Twitch is really where this should be, though. So maybe I do a little bit of the Mario Kart on Facebook and then end that and then put some more of it up on Twitch. But yeah, this is taking a long time here, longer than I wanted, but not that long. After this, there's another day one patch. So I wonder if... no, it's probably not included in this. It's probably not including the patch with the transfer. This is probably just transfer only. But I'm excited to set up the game chat because for so long we've had to use, our phones for, I don't know, Discord or just actually calling people. Had to do all of that, whereas now I think you just give them your phone number and you can do it. I wish you could see my setup in here. I had to modify my setup some. I had to retire the OLED little section there to now put the Switch 2 dock. Now it's a little bit thinner, so it worries me that if the Switch 2 falls, how that would impact it, because it does protrude out a little bit more than I'd like. I would like the dock to cover the whole system. This does not do that at all. But yeah, I moved that out of the way. I need to find another way to charge my Joy-Cons now. My Joy-Con 1s, since I lost my my ability to use the OLED docking station there. I've got to find another way to do it. I could still use the USB port and put some kind of extender and put the Joy-Cons around it. That is still possible. It's still possible to do that and use it, but we'll see. We'll give it a little bit more time. I know this is boring to just stare at this. 3 hours later. Yeah, so not exactly. I was hoping that it would finish. It might be 3 hours later here. It wouldn't be Nintendo if it wasn't. They do have a code for the Mario Kart World. So I do need to scratch that off while I'm sitting here and have that ready. Because you guys are probably like, hey, you couldn't have done that in the background? Of course. I wish it would have just already been pre-installed on the system. But I guess this gives you the option to say, hey, if you want to sell this code, you could sell it to somebody. I don't know what they were thinking with it. I think they might have said, hey, we don't have to worry about turning on the system at all if we just give them the code. That's easier than having it preloaded in there. So I get that now. Now in hindsight, after saying that, I can see why they would just give you some kind of code instead of having the stuff on here. But anyway, you got people who stole the system or they somehow got it early from a store or some third-party person. They weren't even able to play Switch 1 games. They could only play this Mario Kart World. So what I should have done was waited to do the transfer later. But I really wanted to get that out of the way before I go to bed. I wanted to do that and not have people waiting on me. At least people in person. Sorry, y'all. I don't want people in person waiting on me to have all this set up. So we're almost there, though. 2 minutes left. If you left and came back, that's all good. But we're almost there. System is about to restart, so we'll let it restart and then continue. So it turned off. Hopefully that means the stream is still going, because it should be. It is still going. 1 minute left. Okay, good. All good so far. Says 100%. All right. So I know a lot of my buddies are right now setting up their own system. So I'm hoping that some of them log online and maybe we could play 10% here. So it's still not done. If you're watching this video and you got a Switch 2, leave me a comment or something letting me know. Could always use more friend codes. I know some of you don't know that I do this because, well, I don't really advertise it as often as I should. So consider me, sharing this on Facebook as me advertising right now. As we stare at a loading screen. Alright, so Nintendo sent out an email showing me that, all this is being transferred over. %, okay. I should have looked into some kind of headphones. I think it can still do Bluetooth headphones. I know Switch 1 can, and maybe Switch 2, it'll do it once it has... there's a delay here on the Joy-Con. Is my Joy-Con turning off? It is. They turn themselves off after a while. Okay. Screenshots and videos will be imported from the micro SD. Okay. Whatever. I don't really need it to do that. Remove the current micro SD card and insert the other one. Is there one? Hold on, let's cancel that. What is it talking about? Does it want me to move my Switch 2 one? Because this is already connected to the TV. I don't want to have to do that. I thought it was already doing that. Let's stop the file import. Can I not do that later? I really don't care about having all those screenshots and everything not there. That's just dumb. I think they just looked at it from a vantage point of, well, nobody's going to live stream the beginning of this. Alright, so the old one needs to... I'll just put... Why? They just turn off when you restart the system. I don't have a micro SD card. Yeah, no one cares. Just stop. Alright, so that's done. All the screenshots and stuff can stay on the old system. Okay, so it's hold on. There we go. It had, when it restarted, it stopped showing my screen. It had a nice little intro screen there. So we got Super Mario Party Jamboree. We've got all these games re-downloading in the background. So we may not be able to play anything. But what's cool here is we have Game Share. So I can hit that screen, join Game Share. A local user who will be joining Game Share. I guess you will. No, you can't because I'm transferring those users over. I hate that that happened. Let's not do that right now. Let's not do any of that right now. I wanted to. What we need to do is go to the eShop and see how much faster it is. I do like the colors and how everything looks. Look at that. That looks cool there. Enter your PIN or sign in for... Oh gosh, they keep wanting me to do all this stuff. If you transferred my settings and everything, why don't you do that? Let's do the Remember Me. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. So if you're watching this, this is pretty much stuff you've done already or stuff you're going to have to do when you set yours up. So hopefully I'm saving you some time. I have the two-step authentication on here, so I constantly have to go back and forth inside certain apps to get this to run, and it's annoying. It should have already, all those emails it sent me, it should have already realized who I am. Alright, so that is done. Oh, look how much different it looks. It's got a featured section and all of that. Mario Kart. Where is the redeem? Enter code. Okay, so I'm going to enter code real quick. Stand by. Not that it matters. It's just, well, actually it does. Some of y'all might enter my code in before I enter it in. Be right back. Alright, so we are back. I put it in there and everything. I like how the menu blocks out characters more prominently now. That lets you know, hey, you can't enter this to redeem these codes, so you don't get confused. Some of that stuff is hard to read. Let's actually continue shopping, because maybe there's other stuff that I did buy this. I did buy that. Virtual game cards. Do I have to go here to do that? I do. Load on this system. It doesn't give me the options. So maybe it's already on this system somewhere. Yeah, it is. Both of those are already here. And bam, they're popping up. So we can't play anything just yet. This probably has, oh god, look at how much time that's going to take. So those actually jumped in front of, how much time is on Welcome Tour? 4 minutes. So we might be playing Welcome Tour first and then Mario Kart. The game chat button is here. It was not on the other system. What I also want to do is see how you pair controllers here. Use mouse controls. Okay, I don't care about that. How to pair controllers. Other pairing methods. So you can pair those. Change grip order. So there's that one. How do I pair? Okay, so my Switch 1 is still on. That's the problem. So I need to turn that off. Alright, so Switch 1 is turned off. I want to see if I can pair these to Switch 2, my Switch 1 Joy-Cons. They don't seem like they're working. Press plus and minus to search. This is a problem here. Because I want to use my old ones on the new system. And it ain't gonna do that. Alright, let's try this another way. I think there's another way. I haven't even noticed the chat button yet. It's just very like faint down there in the corner. Search for controllers. It's still not doing what it needs to do. So I may not be able to do all of that. If a controller on top, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's not letting me do that. Not let me do that at all. Oh, look, it actually did work there. So we do have one that was paired. And a system, one of the games downloaded, so there's that. Why will this one not pair like the other one did? I guess I just didn't have my nail far enough into the little dot. That's how you have to pair these to a new system now. Boom. Both my blues are paired. So that's my controllers 2. So hey, we do have some Joy-Cons now. Joy-Con 1s. So now I got 3 sets of controllers. I might keep my Pro controller and allow it to also be on this system, but we'll see. We will see. I think for now I'm just going to try to, while it's on my mind, get 1 or 2 controllers set up. They are rapidly moving. These are rapidly moving and taking their time connecting. This one on the right is, anyway. We've at least figured it out. Whether this controller works or not, you've got to hold that little button on the right, or on the inside, I should say. Why are you taking so long? Hurry up. No controllers connected. Seriously? Do they just go to sleep after a little bit of time? They go to sleep after a little amount of time. That is so stupid. But we do know that that's probably to save energy. Yeah, that's to save energy. Somehow they got unpaired like super quick. This controller on the right is being super stupid. It's being super stupid. So let me try the white pair of controllers. Let me try those. And I swear we won't waste any more time messing with this after we get those going. I don't know if you had to do them at the same time or what. And maybe my white Joy-Cons are dead as well. They shouldn't be, though. All right, we almost got it. How are you taking as long as you're taking? I don't understand it. Okay, there's two of them right here. If they don't work, we're just going to exit this. It's just being super stupid. And I may just have to play with this another time. But we do have two of them there, so let's just get off of this screen. Oh, wait. Did they both? One did. Both of them did. All right, so we'll live with that. Very difficult, but we got 3 out of the 4 that I wanted. Welcome Tour is available. Doom is almost available. Switch Sports is almost available. Jamboree, which is in here. I wonder if I need to download any kind of software. You were using the latest. Save data is backed up. Awesome. I'll keep that. How much time for this? Hour and 4 minutes. So yeah, we're not playing Mario Kart right this second. There should be a system update. Let's look at what they have in here though. Brightness can't be changed. Okay, don't care. My Wi-Fi. Button map and quick settings. Okay. So there. Out of that 512, I only have access to 451 gigs. I don't necessarily like that, but hey, that's better than having the 256, which probably would give me a lot less than that. Controllers are there. We got the audio from the TV and the camera. That is cool. It sees my camera. Amen, because that was the thing that I was not totally sure I would have access to, or I would have working. Auto sleep. Okay. Auto sleep when connected to TV. How about 2 hours? Wake when AC adapter is disconnected. Sure. System. Is there a system update? System is up to date. Awesome. Dock update. Dock firmware. So we did get all of that already. So we don't have to do any of that. Stop charge around 90. Yes. That's supposed to save the system battery life and all that. Show error information. Don't care. Okay, so, oh, look at that. HDR output. All of that is available. So real quick, while it's doing that, I want to see what Mario... hey, how's it going? Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. I'm looking at some of the comments in here. This Joy-Con grip is going to take some getting used to. There's room for dust and just ways to break this thing. Not particularly happy with that. With the camera on though, how do I need to figure out how to set up the voice chat. Graphics look pretty much the same. Remember, this game has not been updated yet. I will be playing this some more. Okay, it shows the Joy-Cons and everything. Look how different they look. It recognizes that this is Switch 2. So let's hit the chat button. Is it going to show my face? How do we set that up? So let's just go ahead and start that. Next. Okay. I consent to the terms. Fine. I don't care. Oh, it's going to make me read them, actually. Well, we read them. Next. To use game chat, you'll need to confirm your phone number via text message. Okay, so you got to have a smartphone. So we're going to go ahead and do that. If it has to show my number on screen, understand that I'm going to mute it. It's probably going to ask me to do the stupid authenticator app again. So if you've been here, you've watched me do that 3 or 4 times by now. So do you actually need the old Joy-Con to play Jamboree? I don't think so. I think I can use... I'm using the new one right now. So you can use the old ones too, but on the 24th of July, sometime late July, when it comes out with the update, if you want to play the mini games that have the mouse, or like the mouse features, then obviously you're going to need the new Joy-Con, but you don't need to have the old Joy-Cons to play Jamboree. I just like knowing that I can. If you watch me waste a lot of time. Okay, Nintendo gave a verification code. But what is... Oh, is that the same code? Okay. I was hoping it wasn't an authenticator code. Verify. Okay, they have my phone number. I don't like that Nintendo can just call me whenever they want, or if they curse me out or something. Or somebody curses me out, or I curse them out, or whatever. They have my phone number now. But really, if not for that, you just have a 4K system. Those are really the 2 reasons why I'm doing all this right now. To use game chat, you'll need to approve friends for chatting. To approve them, yeah, I don't really care. Everybody should be approved for chatting. For now. I don't think that there's anybody who should not be approved. I'll have to actually look and go through everybody though, but chances are if we're friends, like, I shouldn't need to like take you off. We can take you off. Alright, so there. I guess you can go back in and edit who you want to take on and take off. Please respect others. Everyone can enjoy game chat. You know that's not going to happen at all. So look, here is the settings. Mute microphone when entering a chat session. Okay. I don't want to do any of that. Create a chat. Select friends to invite. So look, we have somebody here. What I wanted to see was, will it show my camera up here? Now this person isn't obligated to join a chat. They might not. I wanted to show my camera there. Chat options can be found here. Okay. Camera. Turn my camera on so y'all can see me. Look at that. Camera video. Zoom. I have no idea how that's going to play out. Standard is fine. I like it expanded, though. I actually like it full screen. Game chat camera has been turned off. Why? Oh, if you do full screen, does it turn the camera off? So my camera is not showing me. Mic is on though. Turn the camera back on. Why are you turning it? What is happening here? Alright, so that's how it's looking right now. And I'll have to figure it out because it has my microphone there, but it doesn't have screen sharing. Yeah. Yeah, I don't care if they see my... So whoever that is isn't accepting it, and that's fine. I still want to know why the camera is not doing what it's supposed to do. So let's close out of that. Game chat. Let's... Why is there not a quick... Okay, here we go. Leave chat. They didn't answer anyway. I wanted to see my camera. Controllers and accessories. Update Nintendo Switch 2 camera. No Nintendo Switch 2 camera? Test. Okay, look, I'm right there. So why, you see me. Camera's over there. Why doesn't it zoom in? Now it shows me looking up at the TV as it should. You can put a keyboard there, all of that, so that's neat. Well, what I wanted was like, can you just show? Okay, so it has my hours and everything up there too. User settings. Let's go to that. Edit icon. Game chat. Alright, upload settings. Let's see that. Uploads, sure. That way I can get the stuff off my system. eShop settings. Oh, we're back in eShop. What I wanted was not to show you my Visa or anything. Pre-orders. I do have that. $20. Oof. I didn't want to show any of that. But well, who cares? I'm already in there. Cancel. Re-download. Is that what we want? I can't remember. So those are those games, and I guess they're re-downloading some of them. That's not what we wanted. I still wanted to go to like the actual eShop, and there should be the GameCube app that should be available, like from the rip, like the GameCube. Wait, Switch Online. Let's check that out. I already have this. Yeah, where is GameCube? I thought GameCube was available day one. It's in one of the keywords there before GTA 5 GameCube. Look, there it is. Finally. Yeah, don't care. Give me that. Alright, let's close that out. Is it like an hour for that too? So we might quit Jamboree. I wanted to see a game, maybe like Pokemon or something like that. Let's close that out. Hell, even Mario Odyssey. Aren't you supposed to get the app and the online thing on the menu? What app? We do have GameCube right now. Maybe you put that before I realized it. Yeah, GameCube is right there. That is going to take another 55 minutes. But I wonder if I pause this. I don't want to... No, I need to download this software first. How long is that going to take? 17 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to wait the 17 minutes versus whatever that is and get Wind Waker. What I would like to do is switch games. So let's close that real quick. We'll mess around with the other features. But I'm going to get out of Jamboree and see what other games can be updated. Now, I wanted to see Odyssey, but I don't think I have it down here with me. Actually, you know what? Let's see if this has an update. That also has an update. I do have Mario Deluxe and all that too. So, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask them. This was almost done. Why did I stop that? I should have let that continue. Why don't we just check this out? I just skeptical about the internet not downloading GameCube in the background, although it should. Part of me wants to pause this and hurry up and do All-Stars, but you know what? Y'all probably want to see the welcome tour. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you don't give a crap about that at all. I just really hope that my camera would work. We saw that it showed me, but it didn't like have the option to like recognize and put me up there as a small cursor. And that's probably... Wow, this TV's loud. That's probably a... only certain games can take advantage of that. Alright, so here is... Oh, I do. What if you put in a Nintendo Switch 1 game? I don't know, like Doom or Monster Hunter. Well, you just saw me put in Mario Kart... or not Mario Kart, Mario Party Jamboree. That's the Switch 1 version that I have. So that worked. I have all the updates. Everything is good. I'm just going to try to get GameCube real quick and show you all that. And then we're going to mess around with this. And Mario Kart, I'm going to stay up to at least do that. That's ideally what I wanted. I just didn't realize it was going to be an hour-long update for it. Okay, so welcome to... And keep asking questions, by the way. I appreciate you. If you could like, comment, and subscribe and share the channel, I would appreciate all of that. That helps. It motivates me to do what I did, which is stay up on hardly any sleep and get this system. Select an appearance. Okay, we'll just, just right there. Go with this look, sure. Entry will begin soon, so please proceed to the gate. Now, I'm going to be transparent with you. I didn't want this game at all. I thought it should have been a free game, like a pack-in, but evidently they spent a lot of time on it to show you what the system is like. Also, I heard good reviews. And it was $10. So this is probably the cheapest Switch 2 game I got. Is this the biggest Nintendo Switch 2 you've ever seen or what? Go ahead and walk all over it. There are all sorts of things to do around here. You can gain some insight into what makes it tick. Quizzes. Okay. Stamp rally. The exhibition is really big, so it might save you some time. Okay. Pretty responsive. I can't believe it. We're finally here. This place is massive. It's like a big mall. Alright, so while that camera isn't working, I could just put this webcam up. Hey, it's not like this one is going away just because I have the new one. So look, let's see if we can get your boy Alpha in here. So he hasn't finished setting up game chat yet. He's probably going out of his way to set it up now. So yeah, he's already playing Street Fighter 6. And he has not bothered to set up the voice chat. What do you think? Want to play Dodge Spike Ball Survivor mode? Sure. We did have the other guy who I didn't try Champ. Will Champ chat with me? Sorry, I just really want to see this chat thing work. Hello. Okay, so there's me talking. It picked that up. Why is it not showing the camera? So stupid. This preview. Filter off. Face only. Oh, look. My face is there. Cool. So what if I do no background? Filter off. Oh, okay. But it found my face. That's cool. That's cool that it found my face. Maybe so it can maybe find other people's face. So mission accomplished. We finally showed it. Look at that. I'm here. Look how meta that is. I'm pointing at the screen, and it's got me also up here. So yeah, my TV is high up, so I'm constantly going to be looking up like, yay! It's a terrible green screen, though. I wonder if it's because of... Hold on, let's go back to settings. I wonder if it's because I have the... Yeah, it's literally aimed right at. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's leave it back on. You can see my living room and everything, and that's cool. You know what? I have it zoomed. I got it zoomed, y'all. So let's not zoom. So that's the depth of the camera. It can see, right now it's pointed at me, and it can see like two people who are sitting at the couch. So what I want is for the future games, like the Mario Kart, when that's up and running, to be able to see everybody who is on the couch over here too. So I probably need to tilt it. So let me do that. I'm going to actually walk up, because this is just me playing around with this at the same time. I'm going to walk up and I'm going to turn the microphone or the camera over a little bit. So now you can also, oops, I bumped into my other camera. Now you can see Is that how I want it? Did I bump it a little too far? But hey, now you can see everybody else who's sitting on the at least the next 3 people. You can see them and me, and it should pick up their faces. But that's not important right now. If I do no background, why was that by default on that? No, show my face. There we go. That's a terrible, like, that's not good. The flickering, that's not good, Nintendo. You can say that's my camera that's awful, but anyway, Champ, it's not like Champ is chatting right now. Anyway, they probably either don't have the camera, and that's why they aren't saying anything, but they agree to do the voice chat. But they don't have I don't know. They should still have a microphone. But I wanted to, this is really what I was excited for. I wanted to see this right here. So I'm sorry if I'm wasting time messing with it like that. And look, it goes out if you just move ever so slightly off camera there. I just completely disappeared. It's like, how? Oh, there we go. I'm back again. That took it a while. But yeah, this has some room for improvement. Maybe if I got a better camera. I might have to zoom in a little bit. Chat audio. What's happening here? Mute microphone. I don't care about that. I had it on face only. So if I zoom, oh look how, just that little bit means that you can't see anybody. So when Mario Kart is available, we should be able to see how that is in a better situation. Expanded screen is how I wanted it. Yeah, there we go. And if you could still show my face at the bottom, that would be cool. Keep it up, man. I'm done for the day. See ya. Appreciate you joining. Oh, so these are mouse controls. I don't know that I want to do mouse controls. I just wanted to do regular stuff for right now. Oh, so they mute the game a little bit when you have the camera on. So let's just go ahead and leave it until somebody is actually able to play. I really don't care about mouse controls right now. No, I don't want to do any of that stuff. This is locked. Oh, you got to get these stamped. Oh, there's a lot of them. So they really want you to play these mouse controls and everything. They really want you to do all that. Okay. Talk to the staff member. No, we already did that. I don't care about that. We already encountered them, right? Yeah, that's the capture button. Minus button. There's a bunch of stamps. There's a quiz here. Glad to hear it. Well then, here's HD Rumble 2 Insights. They won't let you take the quiz. Magnetic weights. Okay. Motor spinning. Side to side. Okay. Interesting. So they're at the bottom of these Joy-Cons. The weights. Okay. Powerful rumble. Has a range of vibration from weak to strong. The rumble can be very strong at maximum power. Okay. What does this last thing say? So Alpha said, hey, I'm going to get Street Fighter 6. And then found out it was a key card game, which means the game is not on the actual cartridge. You have to download it. And then we saw that he still bought the game anyway. Or maybe he got the digital version, which makes a little more sense if you just, you know, don't want to have a stupid key card in. And I think they're stupid because you having to keep the cartridge in for something that's mostly digital. Why not just have the digital so you don't have to keep the cartridge in? You only got one cartridge slot, kids. Maybe if you could have it like a disc changer where you've got like 5 or 6 cartridges in, that would be, you know, a little more feasible. Okay, sure. I forgot all of the answers already. If you know what they are, if you remember, tell me. Which part of the console is shown in the image? HD Rumble 2. Did I get that right? How does the weight use for it spins, it shakes from side to side? I think. Which of the following is true of the strength? It can be either strong or weak, I thought. In the Joy-Con 2 controllers, what are the HD Rumble 2 parts attached to? I didn't pay attention to that. I want to say they're not attached to anything, but I could be wrong. I feel like the plastic on the back is what they're attached to. Let's just try they're not attached to anything. Could be wrong. Unsuccessful! You were so close. So they don't tell you the answers. One more and you'd have gotten them all right. Oh, you've got to get them all right. So you know what? Did we not look at this one? Is this the one we didn't look at? Plastic on the back, see? I thought we did all the quizzes, which is why he let me do it. We know all the answers now. Alright, let's get it over with. HD Rumble 2. Shakes from side to side. We said that. Can be either strong or weak. The plastic on the back. Okay, GameCube is done, y'all. Okay, perfect score. That's worthy of a picture. Okay, so what we're going to do is hit the home button for the first time. GameCube is done. I want this to download first. 2 minutes, okay. Because if we can just jump into that real quick, that would allow me to see what we got going on. Close the software you're using. Let's close that out. It was fun. Actually, you know what? Let's not jump right in. I know it's more interesting. Let me... Oh, I already closed it out. Okay. Sorry. I'm all over the place. I wanted to see one more thing in here before we left. This looks almost like the trailer that they put together for us. Oh, look at that. That quick. All Stars is done. I wanted to see, now that we've done that, if I can go to a different part. I can't. What does that say? Can't go through here yet. Come back after you've had a good look at area. So they're forcing you to play like the mini games all over here. Can you go down here? If you want to change your appearance. No, I'm okay with that. Quiz. There's another quiz. So there's like little tasks you got to do for people. You tilt the right stick to the right camera. Okay. No, I'm good. Yeah, you got to do those mouse control things if you want to advance. Look, somebody's got a yellow thing in front of them. Sure. Oh, look, there's some glasses on the ground right there. Oh, you still got to use the mouse. I don't want to do that. We're not doing that tonight. But there are some glasses right there. No, okay. Alright, don't care. I'm done with this for now. We'll revisit that later on. What I wanted to see was GameCube. Let's see what's in here. I'm excited to play Wind Waker. One player. Okay, so there's like different modes. Look, there's like, is this like an easy mode for Wind Waker? Oh, it's European. And European for this, and European probably, I can't see what it says. Yeah, it's probably European Soul Calibur. This is cool. Again, I'm going to play this probably on here. Suspend game. You can check the controls for each one. Create a suspend point, yeah. Reset game. Okay, I don't like those borders. Yes. So we're going to save that for now, but I do like that GameCube is there. I want to see what the updates were for this. We're definitely going to be playing Wind Waker. I'm excited. So yeah, this looks still a little washed out. Definitely not 4K. Let's see what Sunshine is talking about. These don't look all that great either. I didn't realize how far I was leaning to the side. I forgot the camera was on me the entire time too. So they do look a little muted and everything.
Ooh, look at that!
Let's move off of that. I don't need to see all that. I just want to see is my save data still here. We've only did 3 stars, really? Well, some stuff is here at least. It's pretty dark, but it's supposed to have, what, HDR and all that? Alright, so I'm good on that too. The game right here, Super Mario U Deluxe, is supposed to have some kind of update. So let's see what that one has. I'm also probably going to turn the webcam off of myself. Pikmin 4, we got Wario. Dragon Quest. No idea what that is. Star Ocean. Smarter than a 5th grader. Mario Luigi. Pokemon Scarlet. Pokemon Arceus. Alright, so let's try this one here and see what the update is for this. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Download this software first, because it's still trying to download Mario Kart. And Mario Kart is taking forever. 3D World and Bowser's Fury is a game that I should be looking at. Gosh, look how much time that's going to take. 19. I wonder if Mario Maker... Oh, Mario Maker 2 is right there downloading. We've got to get that going in the background as well. Okay, there's that. Let's immediately get this one. Download this first. 12 minutes, 13 minutes, that's fine. 64 should have downloaded too. Alright, let's see what they got here. Hi Clip, how are you? Appreciate you watching. Somehow I turned the stupid webcam back on. Didn't mean to turn that back on. This does not necessarily look 4K to me, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe it never was. Only 2 castles here? Alright, 2 castles there. Let's do the third one. I want to see how these controllers work. Somebody's got Mario Kart World already uploaded or downloaded. They probably spent the entire time. Okay, we got the Joy-Con 2s. That's what we're using. The buttons feel kind of close together. Mind you, the one accessory that I paid for that I don't have right now is the Pro Controller. We will have that later on today. Walmart is where I purchased that. Forgot to mention that. I was not able to get it from GameStop when they initially said they had it. It sold out, and then I just decided to go to Walmart. The problem with that was, of course, GameStop got more, and I wasn't going to cancel my Walmart order. Believe you me, I thought about it. I was like really close to doing it, but oh, I almost fell off there. Yeah, if this had an update, I couldn't tell you what it is. Maybe it's performance-wise. It doesn't look like it's like 4K like Odyssey should look. I really think Odyssey is the one that's supposed to get like the 4K boost. And I feel like what's the other one? 3D World, Bowser's Fury should get like 4K boost. We've got Pokemon Scarlet on deck. That's probably what I'm going to be playing. Oh, I knew that was going to hurt me. So it's good that the GameCube works. I should have played a little bit more of it, to be honest. I just want, there's just so many things you gotta just re-download as a result of transferring all your data. Okay, so we have enough of that. I don't need to revisit that. Let's get that one out of here. How close are you to being done? 9 minutes. Let's get Scarlet in here. Let's close this out. Because Scarlet's supposed to get a boost and some graphical updates and what have you. Alright, so Scarlet is here. Software doesn't support save data cloud backup. Well, that's awful. Does that mean I've got to start everything over again? It looks like it. Alright, but it's downloading now. Animal Crossing as well. Where is Animal Crossing? It's probably unnecessary to mess with Animal Crossing right now. I wonder if you can just do a software update without the game being there. It looks like you can. So So I don't have to keep punching these games in. They can just on their own get software updates, and that's cool. I don't know how far back I'd have to go. This is already downloading. Where are the Zeldas at? It does look like it moved a lot of my games over. It's starting to slow down now because I guess because of everything that's in the background. But you do have groups and everything. God, this is not good to be moving this slow on a brand new system. Software update, re-download software. I feel like it shouldn't have been that far back that I played Zelda. But hey, it could be. Re-download software. Yeah, I cannot find where Breath of the Wild is. And I may not have a bunch of save data on here for it. Because I think for the longest I just played it on the Wii. Yeah, it was on Wii U, excuse me. So I didn't really play it on Switch, and that's the problem. Yeah, it doesn't even show. It doesn't even show the Zeldas on here. It shows the one, but it doesn't show my other one. Alright, so what I need to do is, let's see here. I'm going to jump back into what was actually downloading. We were trying to get some of these games. So Mario Maker here has 5 minutes left. I just needed that re-downloaded. But Scarlet should be right after that. I could not find Breath of the Wild to get that update pack. So that's what I should probably do in the store. Let's look for that. Can we get these download packs instead of constantly trying to... Ooh, look, Fantasy Life is available. Does it give you options for different versions? It does give you an upgrade pack. I don't see a Nintendo Switch 1 edition. That's interesting. I wish they could show like a video of how it looks. Oh, here's the video. So at least the videos run a lot faster on here. I might have to get this. I think I'm gonna have to get this. Because it does have like a dungeon crawler kind of vibe, RPG. It does have the Animal Crossing building up your island and everything. I'm gonna have to get that. I just wonder what it costs on... Okay, so look, Deltarune is here. 24. Chapters 1 through 4. How do I not have this? I have chapters 1 and 2. How do I not have the other joints? Alright, so let's leave that alone for right now. So they do show the like artwork and stuff for the different games that are there. So I'd have Lunar. Is there an upgrade pack for this? There is not. I wish I would have just got the Switch 2 version. But I don't know that there's too many things different. Alright, so let's back out of this and search Zelda. Alright, so Breath of the Wild thing is there. It says purchase. What about Tears of the Kingdom? So I thought I'd get all this for free. Let's download that. There's the upgrade pack. Continue shopping. Okay. Why did it kick me out? I thought I saw a Breath of the Wild upgrade pack. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that too. That's really what I wanted. Okay, continue shopping. Let's type in Mario. Is there not upgrade packs for that? So there's Jamboree. There's Wonder. So I guess you have to put the stuff in there. Yeah, so I don't have to put the stuff in for Breath of the Wild or Zelda now, so that's cool. But we do need to, I guess, get Odyssey and check that one out. So we've got Mario Kart cooking. And you still are trying to do that, an hour and some change. You didn't do anything. What about you? How massive of a download is this? "30 minutes. Yeah. And that one's a needed time frame there. That one's a needed one. But what is this? I want to see how long this one takes. Because this one is a key one right here. It's like, yeah, we're not showing you. Okay, 35 minutes for that too. So that one can pause. But that was the most important one. So who is actually online? Hot Ice and Alpha are online. Okay, so we've got Zelda going on in the background. We just need to let that do its thing. But we can go ahead. What were we actually... What is actually in there? Pokemon? Or we took out whatever was in there, right? Why does it act like Deltarune is in there? Deltarune is clearly not in there. Alright, so hang tight. We will be right back. N64, GameCube, $40.99, April 3rd, 2026, eShop. I'm not sure what you're saying there. That it's going to cost that much for Switch 2? Is that what you're saying, Jose? Let me know what you're saying there. But hang tight, I got some more games I need to go get and see if I can get them in here. Okay, so we're back. Still messing around with this. What I want to do now that I've unpaired controllers is see if my Switch 1 I can still cast things over to it. So I probably can. Also, while it's on my mind, I'm going to move some stuff back where it needed to go. We got Zelda, Smash Bros, all going to join my Switch 2 library. And here's Breath of the Wild. That's what I was looking for. So we got Breath of the Wild here. We got Bowser's Fury and Odyssey. So those are the games I was looking for. And then we got Kirby Star Allies. I did enjoy that one, but I'm going to leave that one where it's at. But definitely about to put Odyssey in and Bowser's Fury and see what kind of graphic upgrades those have. I'm going to leave Zelda alone for a while, but Odyssey needs to be punched in to get its stuff situated and everything. Okay, so I got those in. Sorry, there's a lot that I'm doing off camera. We got so many Switch cases now that it's ridiculous. So I got Switch 1 in my lap. I want to see if I can do a game share. A local user. No game share sessions found. Okay. Who's starting the game share? If you start game chat. Okay, so that's the problem. A user in a game. Who's starting the game share? I don't want to join. So it's got to be a compatible game, which I don't think I have in here yet. So I think I took out my Switch 2 game. Yeah. So let's move this over. What's a compatible game share game? I thought it was Mario Party Jamboree. But is it also not Bowser's Fury? Let's get let's get Odyssey in there. So Odyssey is in here. So it's got to re-download all of this now, which sucks. 26 minutes there. What if I start this? Couldn't find necessary download. Download first. See, that's the problem. I'm downloading so many of these things in the background. And I just want to see the stupid game share. Okay, 2 minutes left. Awesome. There's probably more to it than that, though. So this is just the actual game itself is only taking 2 minutes. Then there's probably another update. Because I thought this could get to 4K, but maybe I'm wrong. If it can't get to 4K, then we'll go ahead and switch out for 3D World. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe none of them get to 4K, but Zelda and the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Maybe those are the only two that can get to 4K with the upgrade packs. Let me look it up, because all this week I've been sitting here saying upgrade packs, switch to. Okay, switch to additions. Which games are getting updated for Switch to? Okay. Mario Wonder, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, Kirby's Dream Buffet, Star Allies. I just need to see the whole list. More titles than previously announced. Okay, 3D All-Stars, we took advantage of that already. Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild are already doing it, but this says several adjustments. Fortnite is offering better frame rates. No Man's Sky is getting multiplayer. Okay, so let's not do that just yet. Let me see. Is there another? Okay, using the latest software. Let's see what happens here. This probably isn't getting anything. If you look at how fast it went. Oh, it actually is. But what is Odyssey actually getting?
Super Mario Odyssey!
Okay, so I can share this now. Select the 2 players option from the menu and give it a try. Yeah, let's do that. Now I can finally see. Yeah, I don't need to do that. I want to start waiting on others. Okay, so maybe in here I have to hit game share as well. Who is using game share? Yep. Let's join. So the Switch 1 has to click the join option. Oh, look at that, y'all. Bam. It found me. I'm playing with myself because I guess that's what I do with my time now. A, join game share. Start is what I got to do here. Okay. So I feel like Mario Party Jamboree does that. So you can hear. Oh, wow, that is cool. So here, I'm going to turn my camera on so you can kind of get an idea of what's happening here. So, it's going to green screen it out. But yeah, there's a lot of green because of the grass here. Yeah, you can see Mario moving around. I'm basically broadcasting the game on my TV, which you're looking at. Myself, which is not part of the game share, but I guess I'm sharing myself with you. And then this here. So I don't know what player 2 is doing. It's pretty laggy. It is very laggy, y'all. The signal there is crap. There's a red. You can see it on the top of the screen there. It is terrible. That might be because I'm downloading a game in the background, but the game share for this is awful. So I guess I can only be Cappy. I can somehow jump though. Maybe it doesn't recognize these Hori controllers. I have no idea why it's as awful as it is.
Sorry. Uh-oh.
Okay, so if there was an option to like end the game share. Another feature is using wireless communication so you can't disconnect, yeah. Okay, so if you disconnect that, that's what happens there. Create chat. Let's do that. Alpha is available. Let's get Alpha Dog Wolf in the building. Can we actually hear Alpha, though, is the thing. Did he accept? He set up his voice chat on here. Okay, Alpha is here. What's up, man? Just testing out how this sounds and how it looks and everything.
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
You can barely hear me. Is it my audio? So let's boost up the game
I can hear
audio.
you now.
Okay. It's probably just a little bit of lag. I feel like a lot of this is laggy so far.
Yeah, so I don't have my Pro controller yet, so yeah, I'm just talking to you straight through the console.
Oh, I am as well. You know what? I didn't think about that. I didn't think whether or not I was using the audio from the microphone all the way far away from my system or not. Yeah, I don't have my Pro controller either. It'll come later on today. But I just wanted to see. I was like, can anybody hear me? Can you see my face and everything?
Yeah, I can see your face. I mean, it does look like a video from the early 2000s.
Ha! All right. Yeah, it is there. Let's see here.
But yeah, and like the audio quality, it's like it kind of fades in and out. It's like I could tell it's like it's trying to block out some background noise. I mean, fortunately for me, I'm not really playing anything right now, so it's like real quiet in my house.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I could tell for you, it's like sometimes when you're speaking, it's like it's trying to use that AI tech to kind of drown out like the background noise, but it also mutes your actual speaking voice too.
So my screen share, how awful is that? Is that decent?
So what?
The screen share, you're able to see me sharing my screen. Is that any good, or is
I
it?
do the screen share? Yeah, I do see. I'm guessing you're playing. Dagon. Oh, you're playing Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I did before chatting with you on here, and I'm live streaming by the way, so don't get me kicked off. Don't have Nintendo calling me.
It's doing an alright job of blocking out the audio from the gameplay because I don't hear the game music. I just hear your voice.
Well, that's good. What I was saying was I had already started doing the game share playing on my Switch 1, and that was terrible quality. Now, to be fair, I am playing, or I'm downloading other games in the background. So that may have something to do with it. And, you know, Chad probably is setting up his system even though he's acting like he's asleep. So just a lot of stuff downloading. I feel like this should have been Wi-Fi 7 if they expect this to go 7 years.
Yeah, or even Wi-Fi 7E. I think that's like the current standard.
Yeah, so I saw you were playing Street Fighter.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get back. I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah. So I had minimized the chat screen somehow. And so my Mario Kart is finally done downloading.
You said I minimized the chat screen?
I was saying my Mario Kart World finally got done downloading and installed. But yeah, I was playing Street Fighter 6. It plays alright. I'm still trying to learn the new system. So you can choose modern controls or the traditional controls. I went with the traditional, and I went through the tutorial system, and I haven't done any serious fight or anything like that online. So I'm gonna get more practice with it. But I mean, it's an interesting system. So I think I'm gonna enjoy Street Fighter 6 on the Switch.
So
That is.
I had my camera.
Think about the new Joy-Cons. Like, how do they feel? Like, as far as how it feels in your hand compared to the old ones.
I'm using the grip, so I don't really feel those at all. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because the plastic
Yeah,
protrudes.
I haven't tried to put it in the grip. Let me try that real quick.
The plastic protrudes off of it, so you don't really feel most of the controller.
Yeah, I have been using the Joy-Con separately in my hands, and they feel real good. Like the material feels very premium compared to the Joy-Cons that were on the original Switch.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And even the analog sticks, if they're bigger, they just feel smoother. For whatever reason.
You're right. They are bigger. I didn't even notice it. I just felt like because the system itself was bigger, I had to point out in the chat. I was like, "Listen, you got to get a carrying case." He was like, "Oh, I can't use the same as the Switch one." I was like, "No. Try to fit your system in there and see what happens." And I had to show him, like, look at what the system does when they're lined up next to each other. One of them, kind of dwarfs over the other.
Yeah. One thing that kind of surprised me, well, actually it shouldn't surprise me, but the Joy-Con grip doesn't have the buttons on the back. They're selling that one separately. So it is what it is.
You said the Joy-Con grip doesn't have the buttons on the back?
Yeah, they're selling that separately. So the one that comes in the box is just a basic Joy-Con grip with no buttons on the back. Like the little programmable buttons.
Oh, so, wow.
But yeah, it surprises me, but it don't surprise me that Nintendo wouldn't get it to you for free.
So far, I've downloaded Odyssey again for the Game Share feature. I've downloaded the 3D World update, which I didn't really see what I don't know what they actually updated. GameCube. Okay. Go ahead. I meant 3D All Stars, not 3D World.
Yeah.
Did you said something about what they added to it or something like that, didn't you?
With the 3D All Stars?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what I had shared yesterday morning. There is supposed to be an update.
So,
I'm not sure if that update is supposed to hit like today or not. But I know there's supposed to be an update for that at some point.
No, I got it. It just didn't.
Oh, you did?
I just didn't notice anything that it did.
Wow.
I feel like a lot of the
maybe
games.
maybe the update was more of a bug fix.
Yeah, probably compatibility.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them are just like compatibility updates. But what I was going to say is I noticed a lot of the colors look muted and washed out on here than they did on Switch because of them being ports. I paid for
I
the.
haven't tried any old games yet. I do have. Let me see. Can I do the screen share?
You,
Oh, that's what we do it. You can share your games, a home menu, I'll share your personal. Yeah. So as you can kind of see, um, this is the only game that I got right now. I haven't even tried playing it yet. Virtual Mania Wrestling. So we'll see exactly how it is.
okay.
So just confirm. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, I see it. You got the
Okay.
the white background, Retromania, Street Fighter, and Mario Kart.
Yeah. So that's all I got so far installed. Maybe I might do a little Mario Kart before I go to bed. Because that Mario Kart just finally got downloading. It finally got done downloading like right when you had sent me the invite.
Yeah,
But,
it's
if anything, I probably should have downloaded the Mario Kart World first before Street Fighter 6 because that was a big file. Let's see what the game file sizes are here. I think Street Fighter was 8 gigs, something like. I'm sorry, 48 gigs, I think.
okay.
Managed software. Yeah, Street Fighter 6, 49 gigs actually. Mario Kart World 21 gigs, and then of course WrestleMania Wrestling 1 gig. So even with a straight download, Mario Kart World is not bad. I figured Mario Kart World would be bigger. I thought it was gonna be like at least 30 gigs because I don't have a cartridge. But it's not too bad so far. Even Street Fighter 6. Maybe comparing it to other consoles, I don't know how big it would be, but for right now at 49 gigs, that's actually pretty good. So what I also noticed, it looks like 48 gigs are on the console and then 1 gig on the SD card. So I wonder why does it need to occupy space on both?
I have no idea. I feel like a lot of my
Whereas Mario Kart World is just straight on a SD card. Retromania straight on the SD card, but Street Fighter 6, for whatever reason, it's both. Let me see why. That won't show me why. But it is what it is.
I feel like maybe they put the key on the system and then the data on the SD card. If that makes sense.
But I mean, I could still move the whole thing to one source though. So if I go to data management where you gotta move, and I could literally say move to express card, so I could literally take that and move that entire thing over to the micro SD card if I want. But I guess like you said, maybe that's just what it is. They decided to have 1 gig for the the little gate key or whatever you call it, key card information, and then the rest is the actual game.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
But I guess in other news, I could share this Street Fighter 6 with you if you're on the family plan, because that's a virtual game card as well. Mario Kart World is a virtual game card. Civilization 6 that I just bought. I didn't realize I had bought this pinball game either. A lot of these games can be shared. Interesting.
I think I'm going to get that Fantasy Life game on Switch 1.
Oh, yeah.
The one I was telling Bryce about. I watched the video for it, and it looked very fun. That's probably going to be the one game I get and just mess around with that for a little bit. Outside of the, I guess you can still see my.
I think Bryce got it already, or was about to get it. One of the two.
Mm-hmm. But I did jump on the GameCube and check out Zelda. They've got the European versions of all three games. That's why it takes so much space. I was like, why does this need 3 gigs? But I wish there was a way to get rid of the black bars on the side.
Black boy. I guess maybe I can see. Maybe my TV's not adjusted the same way your TV is.
You don't see the black bars on my screen? You can't see my screen?
Let me hold on. I'm trying to download this GameCube. Actually, maybe I don't have to download the app. I just go straight to it and I can. Let's see, hold on. Okay, so I can do Windmaker. Let me go ahead and download this first. Re-download. Yeah, re-download. Let's get that. Continue shopping. Let's go back. Oh, close the eShop.
So for those of you watching at home, how is the audio that you hear from me and from him? Because I know you're hearing my audio from the live stream and my camera, but from the TV, would you say his audio is clear? So I'm doing a lot of testing with this now so that on Friday I don't have to do all this, right? So are you able to see it?
Okay, so yeah, I'm looking at your screen now. So I see you got like a black bar at the bottom.
No, you know the sides. You know how it's got player 1 on one side and the borders, pretty much.
Okay, I mean, so just basically that overlay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was hoping to get rid of that.
Yeah, I mean, because the game was on the Wii U, and the Wii U was in 16:9. Maybe you might be able to change that. But yeah, I never beat Wind Waker, so this is an opportunity for me to tackle that.
Yeah, that's how I'm looking at it.
See what these graphics look like. Well, technically, I won't be seeing the best version. Me trying to watch you play it's not going to be the best version.
Oh no, I'm about to quit out of it. I wasn't gonna.
Like the frame rate's pretty choppy from my side.
You mean just me watching it on my screen, or you actually tried to play it yourself?
Yeah, I mean me watching your stream of it from my console, from the chat app.
Okay.
Yeah, the graphics don't look bad. I mean, it looks watchable so far. It's just like a bad frame rate.
What I did notice was these controllers, they turn themselves off after you don't touch them for like a couple of minutes. Even the Switch 1. So I've paired some of those to the Switch 2 already.
Yeah.
I got like 2 of them paired over or whatever. And yeah, it
Joy-Cons actually have a pretty decent battery charge on them already. I guess because they knew, I guess they already knew people were gonna take these things out the box and start using it immediately.
pretty much. So I'm gonna have to find a charging station for all my Joy-Cons now. I'm gonna have to buy one. I feel like Five Below used to have them. But I think GameStop also probably has. Kind of like the one you have. The one that charges like 4 Joy-Cons at a time.
Yeah, I still got my but yeah, I'm gonna have to get like some kind of accessory to charge these Joy Cons. Even though when I get my Pro controller, that's probably what I'm gonna be using 90% of the time.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's see. Let me also do this too. Let me go change that setting for the charge on the console so I can preserve my battery. I usually
yeah.
do
I
this
did that.
right.
That was one of the first things I
This
ended
ain't
up
never
doing.
works on your
I changed that
touch
almost.
balance too.
I changed that almost immediately.
But HDR, sleep mode, system update, system battery percent. Stop charging at 90. There we go. Yep, that's all I needed to do right there.
So the fantasy life on Switch is 6.4 gigs, but on Switch 2 it's 12.6 gigs. Wow.
Wow.
Still only $60 though. I need to look and see how much space I've eaten up already. So yeah, still a bunch of space here because it still hasn't downloaded a lot of my games yet. They've appeared because I used the transfer tool. I guess you didn't use the transfer tool.
Yeah, I didn't use the transfer tool because I'm gonna still go back to my Switch One for the bulk of my Switch One games.
Mm-hmm.
But a few of those, like, virtual key card games and stuff like that, the digital games, I'll just play some of those here on the Switch too.
Yeah, I transferred a lot of the stuff over. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so I've still got like 400 and something gigs free on my SD card.
Yeah, same here. It was trying to get me to move my SD card out to put into the old Switch or whatever, or vice versa, to get the pictures off. I was like, I don't care about that.
Wow. Yeah, I don't care about the pictures or the screenshots that I had on the old one. So
As long as I can put the SD card in there and in my computer and get them, I guess that's fine. But you know what? I think. Go ahead.
I was gonna say most of my Switch One games were like, physical cartridges, obviously. So I'm gonna just go, one by one, with the Switch One games that I do want to play on the Switch Two. Just kind of install those. Like I said, I didn't bother doing that whole switch over thing because I'm not trying to move every single one of my games over. I gotta conserve this space that I have for Switch 2 games and stuff like that. So I guess that's the same thing, that same balance that we were dealing with the transition from PS4 to PS5. PS5 allowed you to transfer games over, but you couldn't play. Initially, you couldn't. Well, you still can. You couldn't only play games, your PS4 games, on your PS5. On Hold on. So you had to move. If I remember correctly, you could store them on an external hard drive, but you couldn't play them off the external hard drive. You had to swap those things with your internal storage to be able to play those.
Yeah.
But yeah, PS5 was a big mess of a transition, but I think this might be a better transition so far, because I mean, they pretty much eliminated any bottlenecks by having everybody switch over to this new SD card. So you can just play all your games, all your old games on the new Switch, and you can put whatever you want from your old Switch over to the new Switch. So
Yeah, I'm hoping.
That confusion.
I'm hoping that when I pop out the old SD card, because I think I read this, that if you pop out your old Switch 1 SD card and try to put it in your Switch 2, you can only view the pictures and videos. So I'm like, oh, I should be able to copy those onto my system then, and then be done with that.
Yeah.
But also, based off of what you were saying, I'm hoping that since my profile is still on both systems, that I can still re-download the virtual cards on the old system again for the games that I only want on that.
Yeah, what kind of sucks for me so far with this whole virtual card thing is, or the re-download things. The old system, well, the old eShop system, before the virtual card update had hit, you could go into the eShop, re-download your games, and that's that. But now, the eShop directs you to go to re-download the games through the virtual card.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
And I may have lost all my Pokemon data. I'll have to see if it's still on my Switch 1, but when I booted it up here, it wanted me to start the game over again. I had to download it over and all that. Which is okay. I wasn't that far into the game, but I was far enough to where I was like, okay, I know what I'm doing now. And now it's like, oh, start it all over. It's a bunch of crap.
Hey, 1 second. I'm going to be right back.
All right. So we've got it to where y'all can hear us chatting in real time. And I think that's pretty cool that there was no lag with the latency and everything. I'm about, 2 minutes away from finishing Breath of the Wild. So I'd like to see that in 4K, assuming that's what this upgrade pack does. But again, like I said, some of these things, they were talking 4K, didn't necessarily look 4K. So when this one finishes, I guess we can, I know a lot of y'all are waiting for Mario Kart, but may not get Mario Kart right now. I might have to do Mario Kart in the morning, like when I wake back up. But this was just proof of concept. We saw GameCube, we saw the game share with Odyssey, right? You saw me transfer my games over. You saw the welcome tour. So I think that was a lot in the almost 2.5 hours that we've been playing. If you've been watching the whole time, or maybe you missed out, you heard the voice chat as well. The only thing you didn't see is Mario Kart. We'll get to Mario Kart. I promise, just not maybe right this second. So let's see this right here. Let's see. 1 minute left, and then I'll probably pop in Mario 3D World. Let me read what these articles are saying.
Yeah, I'm back though.
Okay.
So, but I'm also wondering is, will the Switch 1 work with the Switch 2 dock?
I don't think so. Alright, so the Zelda couldn't find some necessary data. I gotta download more crap? Jeez. I was excited to go ahead and start that. Download this software first.
I'm gonna try to put my Switch 1 in the Switch 2 dock. I'm just real curious here. Hold on. Hopefully it won't interfere with the chat. We'll see.
I thought it would close out your system.
Okay. So, found out something here.
Oh, it looks like it kicked you off. But I can still hear that it's talking to you.
Yeah, I can still hear you. Let's see. Adjust So continue to. Oh, so I gotta leave the chat session because I took the switch out the dock.
Well, hopefully he did not mess up his system and that it's working. He is, if you didn't hear, trying to put his Switch 2 in a Switch 1 dock, and I don't know how that's going to work out. Different levels of power. The dock on Switch 2 has a fan on it. Switch 1 does not, so yeah, lots of stuff going on there. Okay, so we're at 38%. It's probably my longest Facebook live stream ever for sure. But hey, some of y'all will look back and say, okay, this is what to expect. This is what my kid wants for Christmas. Blah, 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 blah.
Alright, so I'm back.
So you were able to rejoin the chat that quick?
Yeah, well, it actually took me a little longer because when I took the switch out the dock and I put it back in the dock, then my TV decided to recognize that that this device supported HDR. So it had me do that whole HDR setup thing real quick. But yeah, ultimately I was still in the chat, and that's the only reason it forced me out of the chat, because I had to calibrate my HDR with the switch. But other than that, yeah, I'm good. So I did discover one thing. Because of the size difference, the old switch will not fit in the new dock.
Okay.
So there's that.
I thought you were trying to put the new Switch in the old dock.
Now I was trying to put the old switch in the new dock.
Oh,
To
okay.
see if it'll work. But
Gotcha.
but once again, I had the Joy-Cons on, so maybe that was a problem. Maybe if I take the Joy-Cons off.
I think you would have to, because those are a lot thicker.
Yeah. Let me see. Maybe I could try that again with the Joy-Cons off. Because I'm just real curious. But then again, that thing is going to get swallowed up by the dock. Because the dock is so big.
Now, did Street Fighter look like it was in 4K?
Hold on. This dock is just not suited for the. Yeah, yes, it's not gonna work. Hold on. Let me stick this.
So I do have Breath of the Wild in here now. So I'm curious to see how this looks graphically.
I mean, to answer your question about Street Fighter, I'd really have to look at it again. I mean, my initial first impression, I would probably say it's probably being upscaled with, I think, with that DLSS to probably quad HD. I don't think it's quite running 4K. At least me just looking at textures, unless that's just like one of the effects. Because from what I can see, I was playing the training mode with Luke, and I just kind of looked at the skin. It kind of looks like they have this smoothing or something like that.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I wouldn't say that it's 4K. I could be wrong. But I mean, of course, when you go into the Switch settings, you can change the resolution to all the way, support 4K. Let me also make sure that that's done too. But all that's going to do is just, it's not going to actually natively run the game at it, but it will upscale it. Let's look at display.
So I've got Breath of the Wild on right now, and this does look a lot better from how I remember. Now, to be fair, I played it on Wii U. I didn't play it on Switch. I eventually bought it on Switch when it was on sale and had no reason to really get back into it because, it's a really, really long game. But looking at this now, even Link in his boxer shorts, this does look a lot more detailed. They're showing the water coming off of them and everything. So I can't say that this is exactly 4K either, but it's definitely more than 1080. Like, this could be 1440p, and I believe you. But is it true 4K? I guess it could be. Like, I don't know if you're able to see my screen.
Yeah, I can see your screen. So my TV doesn't support 1440p, interestingly enough. So the resolutions that are supported on my TV are 720p, 1080p, and 2160p, which is 4K. So, interesting. So, I guess Street Fighter had to be running in either 4K or either it was upscaled to 4K or it was running in 1080p. Let me do a quick Google search and see what resolution Street Fighter 6 is running in on the Switch.
Okay.
Just to see.
Joseph Veal says the voice chat will be lit. Yeah, voice chat is cool. When I get Mario Kart going, that'll definitely be what we take advantage of. Mario Party as well. Okay, so I open this. How do I get out? I don't remember.
Okay, so I guess I had a hunch. I was right. It didn't feel like 4K to me. So the short answer is that Street Fighter 6 natively runs at 540p on the Switch.
Oh God!
It uses DLSS to upscale to 1080p.
Okay.
Because I noticed something, like I said, when I looked at like the character models, it's like, especially when you look at it on a big screen, like on a 65-inch screen, you can kind of see, you see the flaws, so to speak, right? Street Fighter 6, like I said, the characters still look good. Don't get me wrong, they look good, but I could tell it's like there's like a little smearing or a smoothing or something like over the skin.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately you don't really care about it because it plays so well. So, but you'll only really notice that like you pause the game or you have to like really kind of look for it. But it looks good for Nintendo Switch too. Granted, I would have still loved to see it at natively running at 1440p, but it's natively running at 540, and they're using DLSS to expand that up to 1080p to upscale it. So, and then if my TV on top of that is upscaling that to 4K, so I'm definitely seeing like this DLSS blown up even further. So that's probably why I can see more details, because if I was running it on a 1080p panel, it'd probably be less noticeable, but for the fact that I'm running on a 4K screen, I can see, you know what I'm saying, I can see those flaws. But that is crazy that it is natively running 540p.
What I can say is this looks a lot better, like I said earlier, because I'm seeing clouds and fog and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The weird thing was I did the system transfer, and I feel like that took longer than the day one patch for the 3D audio and the Switch 1 games.
Yeah. Well, so how many games did you switch over?
Man, I feel like this 2+ hours, 2.5 hours now, I switched over a bunch. You're seeing Breath of the Wild. I got GameCube. I did Odyssey. This right here, Tears would be in line, but Pokemon Scarlet is really the one I want to finish.
You got that Welcome Tour also?
Yeah, I bought that. I played a little bit of it already, but it wants me to use the mouse controls for certain games, and I'm just not in the mood to do that right now.
The mouse seemed even responsive, like, just like using the mouse on my lap. Surprisingly. I mean, but that's what I've been hearing from, other YouTubers that, yeah, you can use the mouse in your lap. And it was actually kind of responsive. Just looking through the menus and stuff like that, I haven't really used it for any in-game controls.
Mm-hmm.
I still got this Hogwarts Legacy that is still in the plastic. The hell, jeez. My Hogwarts Legacy plastic got like chewed up a little bit. That's alright. It's gonna come out the plastic anyway.
So we're chatting, but we can also invite other people to the chat.
Yeah, I don't have anybody else online.
Well,
let me check.
Well, what I'm saying is now that me and you are in here, I don't remember how to even do it. It just has leave chat as an option. Is it because we're already in a chat that we don't have the option to add more people?
Oh, it's a good observation. Chat, audio, screen layout.
Which is kind of lame. I'm like, wait, from here there should be an option to add more people.
Yeah, there should be. Because, or I guess how it can work is when somebody goes to the chat, they can hit join chat and they can look at any of their friends that are already chatting and then jump in the chat.
Yeah, well,
we should be able to send that invite out, just like on Xbox and PlayStation.
well, it says I have 2 friends online, which is weird because you're also online, but it says 53 minutes ago. So I'm not sure. Let me hit update. Yeah, it still has you as like you're offline.
That's weird. I mean, let's see. Why does it show me offline? How do I change that? Because I can see that it says offline. Is that online? Check your subscriptions and chat. I don't know why it's showing offline. That's a good question. I don't know.
So these are all the new icons right here. I didn't realize how detailed some of them look like this. The Yoshi egg and everything. The Yoshi right here. Kind of want to switch to that.
That's what you said. Why is it saying offline? And icon, edit, nickname. Well, at least what's cool is that with the Switch 2, when I look at my gaming history, the playtime, it looks like all that stuff transferred over.
I saw that too.
With the Switch 1, it didn't do that. Like, if you move to a different console, that play counter would reset.
See, it's got Mario Odyssey 55 hours, which it clearly got from the other system.
Yeah.
Mario Party Jamboree played for more, or 150 hours or more, so I'll have to see what it will do for Animal Crossing as well. Assuming it's even worth it for Animal Crossing. But, you know, if I can voice chat with people playing Animal Crossing, like, hey, move this here. Hey, do that. I think that's worth it.
Let's see, game share. You could play together, game share. Join game share. A local user, a user, and a game chat session. So I can share a game with you from the game chat?
Yes.
Let's see, start the... Start game share from within the game.
I know somebody somewhere is like, Xbox people have been doing this forever. I know that, but it just feels weird to do it while playing a Nintendo game. Yeah, this does look good. I'm gonna have to say that this might be 4K in certain spots. I'm looking at like the attention to detail on the trees and stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get used to this chat button being down. I'm just so used to just hitting the home button only at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the muscle memory hasn't kicked in yet. Controllers. Oh, how to use the mouse, okay. How to use GLGR buttons. Joy-Con's charging grip and Switch 2 Pro controller, each sold separately, feature GLGR buttons. But they advertise, you know, those buttons being on the back of the Joy-Con grip, like that's what you were getting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to quit this Breath of the Wild because I'll end up like getting knee deep into it. I remember the first time I played it, I didn't realize where the treasure chests were inside the area you wake up in. So I was walking around in the blue boxer shorts for like a good hour before I had to look it up online. They're like, oh, you forgot the shirt and the pants back inside.
Online play.
Now, it doesn't show anything on your screen. I can't, because you're not sharing it. But I do see your
I'm not sharing it.
icon, and I see it like move whenever you talk. It shows your me character move when you talk.
Yeah, just like, Zoom. Let's see, hold on. So, screen sharing.
Sorry, y'all. I keep yawning. People are probably like, "Why is he opening his mouth that much when he talks?" No, that's a delay. That is clearly a delay. I'm fighting the sleep. I like it. It's definitely late or early, whichever. I'm not feeling it yet. I will feel it later. Part of me does not want to go into work today. I do have a half day though. Okay, update complete. So can I just randomly save now? I forgot how you even do that in here. Are you able to save anywhere in here? System, save. Oh, boom. Great Plateau. Let's do that. Now, I think it lets you save more than one area now, right? Zelda notes disabled. No, enable that. Yeah, okay. Toy-Con.
I am liking how snappy this OS is compared to the Switch 1. Everything from just navigating around to the eShop. It's probably going to block me from showing my eShop page here. Nope, yeah, can't do it. Let's see what's coming soon. Bumblebee. Like, yeah, they got all the shovelware in the eShop already ready. Woo.
I believe it.
Bunch of shovel. And then the Gex trilogy. Yeah, I already pre-ordered that. But, well, no, I did. I pre-ordered that from Limited Run. Oh, I'm gonna go over there.
So I'm using these Hori controllers on my Switch 1 now, which now allows me to not use Joy-Cons that require battery on it. So I'm happy with that. So now,
Okay.
now I've got, like, you know, the ability to sync most of these up to my Switch 2. I started to buy another set of Joy-Cons today, honestly. Like Joy-Con 2s. But I didn't. Because GameStop is only going to give me $17 for my Switch 1 Pro controller. I was like, are you for real? Nah.
Well, but like the OG Switch on Pro controller?
Yeah! No, the OG one.
Jeez. Nah, keep that Pro controller.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm like, if anything, I'll just pair it to the Switch 2 and, you know, it could be a backup or something.
But yeah, at least let me get out of this store here. Keep hitting the chat button and not the home button. But yeah, what was I about to say? Yeah, at least on Mario Party Fridays, at least the good thing is that Switch 2 still supports all the old controllers. I guess we will find out how many third-party controllers that it supports, though. Hopefully it supports all the stuff that you have. I guess if not, I can always bring my Joy-Con and my original Pro controller to see if that would help too.
Well, I got my I got 2 sets of them paired. They're on my coffee table, and then obviously I have the Switch 2 one, so that's 3 controllers right there. 4 would be the Pro controller that shows up later on today, and then I've got another set of Joy-Cons, which,
Yeah.
and then if I can game share and it doesn't lag horribly, somebody can play on the OLED. So there are options there. But yeah, I'll probably do a couple more updates and probably call it. I see Mario Wonder. Let me see that one. Software via the internet. So that one has one as well. I updated Mario Maker 2 already. Amen. I forgot what I was actually looking for. Oh, here we go. Animal Crossing. And there's Pikmin 1 and 2, which is still paused. Okay. I think I'm good with that if Wonder would hurry up. It acted like it was doing Animal Crossing and didn't.
Yeah, I just found it funny that Sony waited until yesterday to drop that presentation.
Well, we knew what they were doing. They were like, look, don't forget about us. We got games over here too. Can't blame them for that. And it was a good presentation. I can't lie. It had games I actually cared about. And I just cared about games I'm probably going to purchase if I don't buy them on Switch 2 first.
Here's the caveat with that thing, though. The only Sony exclusive they really offered was Ghost of Yotei. Everything else was multi-platform.
Yeah, probably.
So, as much as I want to give them credit, it was a good presentation, but it wasn't a Sony presentation. They should have put that as a third, how Nintendo, they'll organize their showcases and say, hey, this is a third-party showcase, this is an indie showcase, this is a Nintendo Direct for first party, but Sony presented that to us as if this is like their first-party studios, or their, second-party studios, if you want to call it that. But no, these were just all games that are available on multiple consoles. Some of those games on the Switch, like the 007 First Light, that's coming to the Switch. I believe I have to double check. I think even the Metal Gear Solid Delta might be coming to the Switch too also, I think. What else? A lot of that's going to come to Xbox. So it's like, like I said, it was a good presentation, but it wasn't something like, oh, I got to get it on PlayStation. If it's available on the Xbox also, so it's like it kind of takes away from it, but they presented it like it was themselves. But like I said, it was a good presentation. It just wasn't it wasn't a quote-unquote Sony exclusive presentation.
So, Split Fiction at $50 is still 62 gigs. So that might.
Say that again.
I said Split Fiction, even though it's only $60 or $50, it's like 60 something gigs.
Wow, I think that might be close to what it is on PS5. I think.
But for whatever reason, that doesn't sound like a lot of space on PS5, mainly because we're talking terabytes versus 400 and something. The upgrade pack for Switch.
I mean, if you're comparing what the PS5 comes with, the PS5 came with 800 or whatever, and then after formatting and partitioning and the OS, you're left with 600 gigs. So PS5 didn't come with a lot. We decided to supplement that, and since we've supplemented that, we've been in a good space.
That's true.
But the Switch now, it's a new console. We don't know how to gauge the games just yet. So for me, I got that 512 gig storage, as you know. We'll see how long that holds me if I decide to buy these third-party games and stuff like that. But I think primarily my focus with Switch 2 is going to be first party for now. I did get the Street Fighter. I just kind of wanted to see how it would run and all that kind of stuff. But the DK is next. I am getting that. I took the pre-order off of the Street Fighter, and I put that on the Shadow Labyrinth game that's coming out next month.
Okay.
A day after DK. If anything, I'm surprised they did that a day after DK. They should have put that a day before DK if they wanted sales.
Yeah.
But that's up to them.
That is true. I was surprised you still even got it.
I decided I just wanted to venture out, try something. Because I was going to get that game anyway. So if I can pre-order a physical copy, I guess I'll just go ahead and get it. Not sure if it's a game key card or not yet. It's you can't call it until a certain time. At least the way it was advertised in the store, it looked like it was a cartridge. But we'll find out.
So it did download, insert the game card. What game card do I... Oh, I have Breath of the Wild in here still. That's right. So far, I feel like the Switch 2, I don't like how in the dock it doesn't feel as secure. Like I literally almost just knocked it over. And if I were to have knocked it, go ahead.
Yeah, it has a degree of wobble to it.
Yeah.
Sitting in the dock.
It has a degree of wobble, and the edges are on the top are exposed.
And it almost wasn't sitting. For me, I had to like angle it correctly with the wires, or else it wouldn't sit flush. Because the way that they have their cable management with that little slot on the left hand side on the back, but then all the wires to run through. I almost couldn't really get the cover on, the back cover, but I figured out a way to get it straight. But yeah, maybe, do you think they cheaped out on the dock this time, or do you think they just didn't really put as much effort into the dock? Like, I don't know.
That I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to say on that.
Because while I like the design of the new dock, it's a little bit more, curved versus the other one that was, kind of boxy. But I don't know. Maybe they put that gap there for screen protectors, and if people want to put cases on, maybe they wanted to accommodate for that. Maybe.
Could be.
Because people complained about the first dock scratching the screens. I never had that problem, but Rich from Review Tech USA was always talking about, yeah, people were talking about the screens being scratched.
That was an excellent Rich. I almost peed on myself hearing that impression. I do like how it's easier to pull the tab up to put the game card in. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to start my Pokemon gameplay all over again from the way this looks. But I did get this one loaded up. It's probably going to tell me, oh, by the way, you lost all your data. We weren't able to transfer it over. Oh, it jumped right to the start button here. We'll see where it puts me. Oh, no, I have all my stuff still. I have all my stuff still. Oh my gosh, this looks like a completely different game.
Hold on. I'm going to look at it in a second. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge trying to... You're right, this dock is... If you don't have fingernails, and this little cartridge flat, gosh.
Bro, it feels like a completely different game. Like, the way the camera is responding is so much better.
Oh, for Pokemon?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought I lost all my data. I didn't. I still don't remember what I was doing when I last played, but... Oh, I remember now. I was supposed to, like, fight somebody.
And is that Arceus?
No, this is Scarlet.
Scarlet, okay. That's right, because Scarlet and Violet are the ones that are getting the update.
Yeah, this one got majorly updated.
So from what you notice, are you seeing more like the visuals, or is it more performance for you?
It's more performance, but it's definitely visual too. Like I can see like
Okay.
detail on this Pokemon. Before you would run like I'm running now, and you would see parts of the background disappear, like pixelate.
Wow. Okay.
Now I don't see that anymore. But there's more shadows. You can see the shadow and the character now. Look at that.
Okay.
There's supposed to be more effects on the water. Now I'm not saying you couldn't see the shadows before, but it stands out a little better when you're not distracted by everything that's wrong with the game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you. I'm glad to see that they're supporting their. I guess at this point, I want to call it legacy products. But yeah, I'm glad they're supporting their legacy products and making them better. Because I mean, to a certain extent, I don't want to sound entitled, but they kind of did owe it to us because we still bought the shitty games that they were running pretty shitty before, and now that they're making them better, it's some people stopped playing certain games because they didn't run well.
Yeah.
And certain games I did not buy because we were waiting on that Switch Pro or whatever. And I was just like, I'm just gonna wait for the Switch Pro to come out before I buy that game because I'm just seeing all across the board that it just doesn't run well. So now that we have some kind of commitment from Nintendo to fix certain games, I might be more open to going back and buying some of those older games when I get confirmation that they're gonna fix them. when I get that confirmation. So
Understood.
I am looking forward to playing Link's Awakening to see if they fix the frame rate.
Yeah, that's another one that's right here in my queue to download. I should just go ahead and do that game first. But I need to stop BSing and get the Mario Kart going, because that's the one that people really want to see me play, and I've been procrastinating on it. Alright, well, I'm going to get off here. I could still probably swing like another 30 minutes or whatever, but I'm not going to force myself to do that. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all supporting the channel. I appreciate Alpha. Y'all support his channel too whenever he gets that situated. We are going to... I'm going to play some Mario Kart when I get up, assuming that... Let's see here. 49 minutes. So maybe like 8 o'clock or something like that. I can jump on here, 8 o'clock Eastern time. I can jump on here and finally get into the mix. But we did a lot in a short period of time. Again, GameCube, we saw a little footage of Breath of the Wild. Basically what I did here was my own Nintendo New York or San Francisco, how they had let people play Switch 2. I did that on my own, like right here in 3 hours. I tested out the voice chat, the video. We, downloaded some games. We looked at the eShop. We transferred content. I mean, that's a lot in 3 hours. I didn't expect to do that much in the first week. So, hope to see you again soon. For myself, for Alpha, Dog, Wolf, 80s Baby Gamer. We will see you in the next one. Other yellow hat guy is out.